Hey guys, welcome to Rick and Kelly's recap of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, episode 6. I'm Rick.
I'm Kelly.
Kelly's a little sick.
A little.
But getting better slowly.
Yes.
Don't forget to subscribe here on YouTube. Please, we want to hit 50K by New Year's Eve. And we're at almost 44,000. So if you can help us get there.
Yeah.
And if YouTube stops unsubscribing people from our channel, we'll make it.
We get all the time people doing that, like telling us. I'm wearing this ridiculous bow because Dorit did.
It looks really cute on you.
You think so?
I do.
I think it looks. What do you guys think?
So
I feel like I'm like in 3rd grade. Like I'm like that movie when you're a little kid. Watch that movie Bad Seed.
I don't
remember that movie. Oh, it's one of my favorites.
I've seen movies where people become children again. I thought that's what you were talking about.
No, it was a movie my mom used to make me.
Bad Seed.
Yeah, it's a really good movie.
Was it about you?
Kinda.
Ilya Wine supports the Daily Smash and our recaps, and we're sharing some RHOBH Red. Even though you're sick, I'm just going to give you a little taste because this is one of my this is one of my favorites that Ilya makes. You can get yours 2 bottles at 20% off using the discount code Rick and Kelly 20, or you can get 3 or more bottles free shipping anywhere Ilya ships. It is a terrific wine made in Spain but designed in New York, and we are proud to share this wine.
I don't think alcohol is good for a cold.
You know, some people swear by wine or whiskey.
They swear by whiskey.
Yeah.
But then other things people say your immune system.
It'll weaken your immune system.
Yeah.
So why don't you just have a
I have to.
A little taste.
I had to have a little bit for my girl, Layla Joy. Beautiful bottle.
We highly recommend Ilya Wine. Get some for the holidays. You're going to need wine. This is a great gift, and it's also a terrific tasting red. They have a great rosé and a white as well. So thank you for supporting Ilya Wine. Oh, Blue Mean. Do you have your Blue Mean?
I do.
This is really exciting, okay? Because Blue Mean is back with another offer for you guys. First 100 purchases, $70 off, so it's $79 for the first 100 buyers. You get a free ebook. It has like natural face lifting secrets or something
you guys,
in there.
Honestly, everybody that buys these love it. If you put your product on, and everybody asks me what product I use, Skin Better I use, it pushes the product into your face. That's why when you wash your face, you put your product, you push it in. This gets it in there.
Well, listen,
it's got an LED light, and it's got the electric magnetic pulse.
You have beautiful skin. Whatever you're doing, you should keep doing it.
I love it, and it feels good. I like the feeling of it.
I want to read a comment from one of our viewers who bought, a lot of you guys have bought the Blue Mean. That's why they keep coming back to us and asking us to share it with you.
Yeah, everybody wants that discount code, so I keep getting it.
Oh, and by the way...
And they keep selling them.
They do, and there's a money-back guarantee. So if you don't like it, just send it back. They'll give you your money back. Kelly, this is from Steph Burnett. Kelly, I have been using my Blue Mean since last week, and I'm in love with it. Glad I took you all up on the offer, and addicted to Blue Mean.
I'm addicted to it too. It's like a vibrator for your face.
So natural face lifting secrets in the ebook.
It's a skin gym. I mean, it does. You can't exercise your face.
Did you say skin gym?
Yeah.
Did you just make that up?
No.
Oh.
No, but listen, you can work your muscles,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
You can go, but you can't. That's why your face falls.
Yeah.
Gravity. You can help by building muscle and stimulating. But stimulating your face, how else are you going to do it?
This also makes a great gift, by the way. So we highly recommend the Blue Mean.
And it's so inexpensive. Like that new face that's out there, that thing's $250. The stem light, $200 plus. I mean, or light stem. This is all in one for, how much is it now? $70?
$79.
$79. Where can you get a gift for Christmas for $79? You can't.
That's highly recommended by Kelly. This is, it sells out every time too. So get yours now at bluemean.com/Rick and Kelly.
You can feel a difference.
Yeah?
You know, you can feel, honestly, when you get done with it, I'm not over-exaggerating, but after you get done with it, you can feel your skin tighter.
Bluemean.com/Rick and Kelly. Get your $79 Blue Mean today for yourself and your friends, family. We have some RHOC news that you found out from a source who will not be revealed.
No, I'm not going to reveal who told me.
Right.
But I get a call this morning that Vicky did not get asked back, which I'm totally sad about.
But Heather did.
Heather did. Tamara did.
Taylor did not.
Taylor did not. Gina and Emily and that Jen girl, they're all back.
Allegedly.
I mean, the numbers were $700,000. I mean, the lowest of the low. Mm-hmm. What would they think?
Oh yeah, this show sucks. Let's bring everyone back so we can have an even suckier show.
Maybe they're scared bringing new people in, because when they bring new people in.
Well, I predict there will be a new friend this season. Mm-hmm. A former castmate who will be a new friend.
Alexis Bellino?
That's my guess.
So, I just heard from the caller that called me that there was a picture that got sent to Shannon that Alexis left John's house in the early morning. I don't know if it's true. I'm just relaying the gossip.
Wow.
I don't know.
Wow. Wow.
But
I want to ask Jim about that. I wonder how Jim feels about it. Jim Bellino.
I don't think Jim cares.
Well, he cares about her.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't care about Alexis?
No, it means
they hang out. They have family dinners every week.
But he doesn't. He wants her to be happy.
Right. Oh no, I get that.
He just wants her to be happy.
Well, I hope she is.
And he wants her to be with a good guy.
Can I read a quote from Taylor Armstrong, who confirmed her ouster from RHOC?
She's so nice.
Love spending time with the ladies. Thankful I got to give the viewers an update on my life. I've made some real friendships that I cherish. Wishing the ladies all the best for season 18. Oh. And she said she's going to add season 17 to her IMDb page. Oh. That's cute. We just saw Taylor last weekend.
I wish her all the best. So I get off the phone with Jeff Lewis, and I tell him about the call that I got from a source.
Yes.
And he goes, they need you back. They need you and Vicky back on. He's like, they need a villain. And he was like, they need you or Vicky back on. I'm like, me, a villain? I'm like, Tamara is the villain. Like, what are you talking about me? Like, Tamara is the villain. Like,
yeah. Well, she is in my eyes.
Straight up villain.
Yeah. She's evil. She goes after everyone.
She went after Heather Dubrow, which you guys know I'm not a fan of, for no reason. And the person that called me and told me about what the whole thing is, and then they told me that there was that Heather Dubrow sent a text message telling everybody, let's have lunch and let's all make a plan.
Yeah, because they're not doing their real lives. Let's make a plan. Let's make up some stuff that we can talk about next season that's not real.
Right.
Let's come up with some phony storylines. Let's get back to Beverly Hills, shall we?
We shall.
First of all, it's very warm in here.
I'm cold.
You are? Well, you're sick.
I'm wearing this ridiculous sweater because Kyle had a similar Gucci big one on too.
That looks good.
I try to pay homage to the Beverly Hills with the logos and the ridiculous schoolgirl bow on the top of the head, but
it looks good. So the ratings 2 weeks ago went up over 1 million again. This past week, the ratings took a nosedive. A .20 demo for episode 5 and 805,000 viewers, season low.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it's still a lot higher than Orange County.
It did beat Orange County's.
The lowest from Orange County was like in this low 700. So they're doing something right over there.
Apparently, you saw a post on Instagram of how all the villains turned out to be correct.
Oh yeah, I gave it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're in there.
Yes, I'm in there.
So you're starting to get your due. People are starting to recognize that you were not on the wrong side of history, that you were on the right side of history, and you deserve that.
I don't want to be on that show, okay?
Yeah.
I don't. It's toxic. Going into it, it's like Vicky and I were talking, and Vicky was like, she's like, I'm sad. She's like, but it would be bad for, Mike and I. And they're in Puerto Vallarta right now.
Yeah.
And, I said, it isn't. It's just so stressful. It's like, I'm like, those girls trips were awesome, right? And she's like, she got 2. She's like, yeah, but I don't know if I'm going to get them again.
The ultimate girls trip?
Yeah, the ultimate girls trip.
They should put the 2 of you on an ultimate girls trip.
Well, we are a good TV together, Vicki and I.
Susan Erasmussen said, you guys are the best thing on YouTube. Kelly's impersonations are so perfect. Kelly impersonations coming up. Should we get to this week's episode?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay. Dorit and Crystal are at Kyle's house. They discuss how Dorit apologized to Garcelle, and Kyle talks about Sutton imitating Erika when the elevator doors open in Vegas and how aggressive she was. So Kyle was imitating Sutton.
Yeah, because she's like, the door's open, and there's Magic Mike, and then there is this. And she was...
I thought Dorit did a good Sutton impersonation.
Oh, I thought
too.
Dorit did an excellent. But you know what? Her diction bothers me.
Yeah.
The way the way Dorit talks does it bother you?
It sounds affected to me, and I'm sorry if it's not. But I think I learned a couple of years ago that she grew up in Connecticut, and I can tell you that people in Connecticut don't sound like that.
Well, they're like, well, she's married to her husband. You pick up the accent from whom you're married to. I don't know.
Well, you don't have a New York accent.
You don't either.
I kind of do. Hey, get out of here! Forget about it. How you doing?
You lose your accent. You don't get an accent after puberty. That's how it works.
Oh, okay.
So if you move to a country before puberty, you will pick that accent up perfectly. It's after puberty, you will always have your accent. It's the truth. I have friends that are linguistic, like teachers, and that's what they told me. It's a fact.
Crystal called out Kyle for criticizing Sutton's drinking, which I thought was great, because all of a sudden Kyle is high and mighty and talking smack about Sutton drinking, and Crystal's like, you quit like 2 minutes ago.
Right.
Like Kyle was hammered at that one party with Garcelle's kids.
That Crystal Minkoff.
Yeah.
She's got it made in the shade. You know?
Yeah.
Like made in the shade.
Yeah.
On this season, like barely any work.
Everyone's leaving her alone.
Everyone's leaving her alone.
Yeah.
She's having a good time. That never happened for me.
They asked about who Sutton was excited. Garcelle asked Sutton who she was excited to see at her movie premiere, and she said Jerry O'Connell.
He loves me. He follows me on Instagram.
We saw him. We ran into him at the Fox building in New York, and
no, he told Andy Cohen.
He was already following me on Instagram when we met him.
Yeah,
actually,
for Bravo. He had this. He said that I was his favorite housewife. Before the whole
Jerry
COVID
said
thing.
that?
Yeah, he said I was his favorite housewife, and he had me do. It was like a screening, like a pitch for Bravo. They had these guys that were like in football and whatever, and they're critiquing the shows. And I was like one of the.
Of course you were.
Yeah, but
you're the hottest one. Makes sense to me.
No, but Jerry O'Connell really like.
Well, what I was impressed with when I met him, because I had posted this thing where I lowered my outdoor couch on my balcony in New York from the roof. I tied a rope to it and dropped it down on my balcony. He goes, "Yeah, I saw that video you posted of you dropping a couch down," and I was like, "Wow, you actually watch my Instagram feed?" I thought that was cool. He's a really nice guy.
He's a really nice guy. Wow.
Sutton noticed that Kyle was wearing a different ring. And Garcelle had one of the best lines of the show. She said she doesn't notice jewelry except after Dorit's robbery when she still had hers. And
I've called it. I've always thought that whole thing was shady. I find it very odd.
Yeah.
And by the way, who shops with $10,000?
In cash.
In cash.
If
I had $10,000, well, we lost $3,000.
I did.
Okay.
That
was because we had $3,000 to pay people in the Hamptons.
Right. And she said it was for gifts or something.
If I have $10,000,
yeah,
I'm wrapping that thing around my body, crossbody, inside my boob, in my sock. Like I am having it on my person. Like I'm not putting it on the grocery cart.
Well, especially if you've been robbed twice. I mean, are you really going to walk around with 10 grand? And someone else said the day after she was robbed at gunpoint, which there were no guns in the police report, the day after she went off to some shoot at Kyle's house and left her kids alone at home.
Right.
With a nanny or whatever.
I call BS on that whole thing.
Erika goes to her new talent manager's home, and this offers an opportunity for Kelly to do an Erika impersonation when they did a flashback. She had the eye makeup.
She was
being a target.
She was like, I was
being a target in a federal investigation, and I was being targeted, and I was at my lowest point. I was at my highest point, and now I'm at my lowest point.
We should have drawn black on your face. Very good. Good. Nice job.
Thank you.
Sick. She's playing through pain here.
I am.
She talked about rebuilding her image, and the agent said she'd make calls to get her performing again. Garcelle and her son Jax go to dinner, and of course he orders the A5 New York strip.
The Wagyu.
Wagyu.
The most expensive one. But you know what? She's not paying for it.
No, of course not.
Is.
Just in case you don't know at home, whenever they go out to eat.
It's all paid for. We always ordered the most expensive thing on the menu. It was great.
Bravo
I
picks
miss
up the
those
bill.
days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I pick up the bill.
No, I know.
But we're working together, so basically we're both paying for it. Mm-hmm. She wants to talk to him about their relationship, and she finds out that he knew since he was 8 that his dad was cheating on her, and she's upset by that. That kid seems like he's got his head on straight.
He's cute. Yeah. I feel so bad, but everyone's had that really, those problems with their kids. You try to shield them and protect them as much as you can.
Yeah.
Because they're kids, and they can't.
But here's the thing. He might be an adult acting and all that, and maybe he says he doesn't need parenting. He's 15 years old. He still needs parenting.
Yeah, that's what he said. And that's when she should have said,
right.
Listen, I'm your parent. That's what I am. Like that,
She's trying to be his best friend.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She needs to be his mom.
Exactly.
And put the hammer down.
Yeah.
So then it gets good, because then Kyle goes to a tattoo parlor, and who shows up but Morgan.
Morgan, the one that it was her lesbian partner or whatever.
Well, it might be. The rumored girlfriend.
Okay, first of all, that girl looks like she's dumber than a box of rocks. She's tatted all the way up to her neck.
Uh-huh.
She looks like she's dirty, and she talks really, really dumb. Okay? Like, really dumb.
And then the tattoo artist goes, how did you guys met?
Okay, I'm going to play a little snippet for you guys, because it sounds so ridiculous.
During this scene,
and then she gets all these tattoos.
Hey, nice to meet you. I was telling him I overthink these things, and then you clearly just don't overthink. You just I'm all covered.
No, I'm
Can you
covered.
imagine I show up at my house with a throat tattoo? Where would you put it? That's the other thing. That's on you. Did I tell you that Mo asked me how many I had, and he said he didn't know? I meant you have 5. You said 5. I have 5, yeah. I got into a fight with someone on my Instagram.
About fighting someone on my Instagram.
Something about my tattoos, and Kyle's trying to look like this, and I was
Kyle's
like,
trying to look like
who cares? I mean, they're gonna assume you're having like a midlife crisis or something with the extra tattoo, but it's great.
Like a midlife crisis. It was a midlife crisis with an extra tattoo or something like that.
well, Kyle talks
She
about
sounds like she's like, in deliverance.
But Kyle said they have so much in common, and they're like-minded people.
She goes, it's so nice to have like-minded people. What in the world do you have in common with this chick? Like, what? Like, this is your daughter's age.
It seems an odd thing to say. And then they said, let's get more rumors started.
And then she gets this silly, stupid tattoo right here, right there, of an orb and 2 stars.
Like a planet?
Like a planet. Yeah, with 2 stars.
And
I think the chick is going crazy.
well, she goes home and shows Mauricio the tattoo. First, she's like, I'll show you something. And he's like, is it my name? It's like joking, I guess.
Yeah.
And then she shows it to him, and he's like, what is that?
What are you doing there, Love Bean? What are you doing there, Love Bean?
And then he says, well, I hope I'll get to see it more often. And she just kind of made a face at him, like, obviously.
And then Rick goes, why, what did he make that? I go, because he's not banging her. That's why. It doesn't take a scientist to figure that out.
I know, but I'm just.
Obviously, they're not having sex. It
makes me sad.
I know.
It makes me sad. I'm a romantic.
Yeah.
And I like I like their relationship, and I think one of the reasons that the show isn't doing as well this season, perhaps, is that people don't like to see marriages crumble like that. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, I think they think that you have to be screwed up. You have to have like for instance, Vicky goes, I didn't get asked back. Maybe it's because I'm too normal. You know, I mean, we got Heather Dubrow and her family. You guys all know about that. I don't even have to say it. I mean, it's like the Addams family over there. Tamara is like white trash, kick 'em up. She's a crap disturber.
Mm-hmm.
Jen's got issues with her weirdo boyfriend, and then she's got a divorce. That's even weird. And then we have Gina, who has nothing.
Let's bring them all back, though.
But let's bring them all back.
Yeah, because the show sucks. Let's bring them back and have a suckier show. The next scene, Sutton's matchmaker comes over, and Dorit joins them. And you were getting really irritated by Sutton's speech pattern.
I hate that she talks like this, and she's like, I don't like a man that wears black shirt with a black jacket and black shoes.
And then you hear Dorit, like she's like got game all for days. She's married a PK for Pete's sakes.
Uh-huh.
She's like, it's called what is it? Monochromatic.
Yeah.
It's monochromatic. Like, really? And I mean,
so Dorit is the fashion expert, obviously.
with all her
Designer.
labels. Okay, listen. When like I had some friends that are into fashion, and when you look at like Women's Wear Daily, and you see people, they go to street fashion
Yeah.
for fashion. If you get labels all the time like this, you're buying someone's brand, you're buying someone's label. It's not really fashionable. It's like it's easy. You're not putting outfits together that are funky, cool, different.
Right.
It's just it's not really fashion. You know what I mean?
It's an easy out. You're not doing the work yourself. You're not putting an outfit together. You're just taking their outfit and showing it off.
Right.
Okay.
But it's pretty. It's pretty. Listen, I wear labels. I'm not saying look at this. I have labels, but I don't like it too much. I don't like too many labels.
Well, Dorit, that's all she wears.
Yeah.
Back at the tattoo parlor.
I don't think that's stylish. That's just my opinion.
Back at the tattoo parlor, Kyle tattoos a K on Morgan. A cursive K.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about
she
cursive.
let her. I mean, what does
She
that
did.
matter? I mean, the chick is tatted up from like, it's disgusting. I find it nasty. I'm sorry. And there was a study that I read, because I read all day long.
Yeah.
That people that are sleeved up all over the place, there's a mental disorder there. Sorry if I offend anybody here, but there is a mental illness.
When you get that many
Well, that's what I read.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm just relaying what there is a mental disease that goes along with covering up your body like that.
I could see that. To that degree, to that extent. They go back to Kyle's house. She's preparing. She's throwing a weed party.
Because everyone's mad at her that she's too healthy.
Right.
Isn't that funny though that people do? So we quit drinking for Lent. And everyone was giving us a hard time.
It was challenging.
It was challenging.
Yeah.
I can sympathize with this Kyle.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, because there's
Or
a lot of peer
empathize.
pressure.
I can empathize with her.
Yeah, there's peer pressure.
There's peer pressure.
So
involved.
she brings in this chef who cooks with
THC and CBD.
Yes, and I found the scene very interesting, but a couple things that annoyed me personally leading up to the dinner were the double kisses, the over-the-top double kisses that they used to do that they fortunately had not been doing so far this season, but there's the very overly dramatic double kissing. We're not in Europe, okay?
Yeah.
That's not how we greet people here. It's a handshake, it might be a hug
It's
or
like
a kiss.
this. That's the American way. The Europeans go like this.
And then we make out.
Mwah, mwah.
Anne Marie Wiley comes over. She's married to Marcellus Wiley.
Do you know
the
him?
Football player. I I might have met him once, but he's on TV. He's a talented guy.
She seemed like a cool chick.
But Sutton made fun of her dress.
Yeah, so Sutton goes, oh, I've seen that dress before. Oh, she goes, oh, Erika had that Barbie dress on. Oh my God, they still make that dress? Like, who are you to talk? Like, Sutton.
With a cat sweater?
Yeah, with a cat sweater. Like, you dress the worst.
And
like, I can't stand looking at her clothes. I think she's awful.
Well, then we learned that Camille and Denise Richards are on their way.
Oh, I love that.
And they showed a flashback with a psychic.
Could you imagine if I came in with Tamara and Heather into a dinner party? They would lose their shit.
I think it was a psychic, or who was it who predicted that in a flashback?
You have to watch that one. I have to have you watch that one. That
Okay.
was the best Housewives. If you guys ever go back, they had this psychic come to this dinner party, and she had this electronic cigarette at Camille's house, and she's a medium, and she said to
She predicted Kyle
would that she would never emotionally get fulfilled by Mauricio, and once those kids are older, he's like, they're done. Yeah, basically, and she was right. And you know what? In that thing that I gave you, that says that these are the villains that always get everything right. Yes. That girl was in there.
Oh, really?
In that picture. Let's show it to them.
Okay, I'm going to. Camille doesn't like Faye Resnick, called her morally corrupt back in the day, and Kyle had seated Faye directly across from Camille. And Faye Resnick realizes where she's seated, and she gets up and switches seats with the guy you don't like. Who's
oh my God! So there's that black guy, Justin.
Yeah.
I hate that guy. Okay.
Why is that?
Hate him because he called me a racist because I wore a Drunk Wives Matter hat, and he went in there.
Come on, buddy, you can do better than that.
First of all, that guy Justin was Kyle Richards' Manny. And then he got a job working on E! News. Yeah. So I used to go up onto the E! News thing, and he never liked me. And I don't like him, as a matter of fact, at all. I mean, the guy has no journalism skills, nothing. He was a freaking Manny, for Pete's sakes. Okay. And he's going over there complaining about me to Bravo, that's saying I'm a racist. Go, Justin, go be a Manny again.
Okay, good. Take that and shove it. Sutton asked for a sit down with Kyle. Everyone else is seated at the dinner table, but these two, before the dinner's served, they go off to some den, and they're talking. And Sutton keeps trying to get Kyle to spill the beans, but she won't. And Sutton says, "Well, I was upset." She tried to explain her behavior, saying that I found out that my husband's got a big promotion, and he's moving to London, and he was forcing me and I guess their son to go with him, even though they're divorced. And so Kyle's like, wait, what? You guys are divorced? And then she reveals that, oh, actually, even though he has powerful lawyers, I don't have to go, and I get full custody, and he's going to have to give me more child support. So we have to work that out. And Kyle's like, and that upset you, that you're getting more money and you get to stay home and keep your kid full time?
And she was like, yeah, it's an end of an era. It's an end of an era. The end of the era was when you divorced your husband. That was the end of the era. Right. And now you're complaining because you get to have more money and you get to have your kid full time. Right. Like that. And
she's already getting like $250,000 a month or something crazy like that. Yeah. A lot.
And then she makes a dig at Kyle saying, my husband, he works at PIMCO. He's like a big wig there, which is like an investment banking company. She's like, my husband he's got a big job, not selling real estate. Yeah. Well, yeah. I can tell you right now, Mauricio's kicking ass, owning his own real estate all over the world. He's doing pretty well. Like, but what a dig. Like, what are you doing, lady? You're on a freaking reality show.
But she did have a great line when she goes back to the table and Kyle's hanging back with Crystal for another minute or two. And Erika asks, where's our hostess? And Sutton says, in denial about something.
Right.
Which I thought was a good line.
There was digs back and forth.
So they go back to the dinner, and Cynthia Bailey was there. I didn't know who that was.
Cynthia Bailey?
Did I meet her at BravoCon?
She was the one that got married on the same day
She married Mike Hill from Fox
and now they're divorced.
at Kyle's weed dinner, this was my favorite part, I think, when the chef comes around the table and he explains that you have the option to have it cannabis infused, your meals. And he asked what dosage. They recommend 10 milligrams, but they asked what dosage people want.
Yeah.
And a lot of people went 0, and I think Dorit went 1 milligram, which you're not going to feel. I'm sorry. And
I would have 10. And I love how she goes, Erika goes,
I don't want to see like stars. I don't want to see like flashing lights.
and he goes, that's not psilocybin. Like it's
not psilocybin or
psilocybin.
Rico, whatever that
Whatever
drug
it is.
is.
Yeah.
It's just cannabis.
It's just cannabis.
Yeah, you don't trip on
Calm
that.
down.
So then Sutton and Kyle get back into it again at the table with everyone else. I was getting frustrated because Sutton kept asking Kyle basically to reveal what the hell was going on.
Right.
And Kyle kept dodging.
They're actresses. They don't want to say what's happening in their life, which is a reality show. So I said to Rick, I go, I would have been like, they're like, you got a new ring. Why aren't you wearing a new ring? And why are you working out all the time? And why are you and why are you eating so healthy? And then Kyle goes, you never eat, Sutton. You're anorexic, basically. You're pushing your food around like my kid does with their vegetables.
The potatoes go from one side of the plate to the other?
Yeah. And then you could see that she goes like this. Like she knew.
Oh, she got her good.
She got her good.
But Kyle kept deflecting. And Kyle knew exactly what Sutton was getting at, but Kyle did not want to talk about it.
Right.
Even though Kyle had filmed a scene with Morgan and everyone, it's all in the tabloids that she's having problems with Mauricio and took off her wedding ring. And Garcelle said something about noticing or seeing that, she didn't have a ring on, and finally says, the elephant in the room, it's your marriage. What's with the new band? Like, just get to the point here.
And why aren't you drinking? And she's like, because I don't want to. I'm already depressed, and if I have 2 drinks, I wake up in depressed mood. So, like, there you have it.
Yeah.
That's all she gave him.
But then I thought it was funny
and
because...
then she goes, what? That the rumors are that Mo's cheating on me? What? What do you guys want from me?
She was very good at not answering the question and acting like there was nothing to talk about when I think there was. And I took issue with that because she is on a reality show. And maybe that was just part of it.
I would have said, it's none of your business. Okay? I'm taking charge of my life. I'm being healthy. I'm not drinking any alcohol. I'm eating healthy. I'm exercising. Get off my jock.
Well, she did admit, and she said that I talked about this at our retreat. I did say this wasn't my best year of marriage. I don't know what else you guys want. She could have revealed more, but she chose not to.
But you don't have to tell everybody
I get
everything.
that.
And marriage is hard. We all know marriage is difficult. We have highs, we have lows, we don't. Well, because we just got married. But if you've been in a long-term marriage, you've had lows, okay? That's a fact. It's having to overcome those lows to get to the highs or even the mediums.
And how long have they been married? Kyle
Over
and
25 years.
That's a long time.
I mean, a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a long-term marriage. If they get divorced, it's cheaper to keep her, dude.
Well, then he probably will.
Yeah.
My other favorite line from Garcelle was Kyle looked at her and goes, "Where'd you get your necklace?" And she goes, "Zara."
That was so funny. I love that.
Yeah.
But you know what? We all, like my girlfriend, she's been married 24 years. I was telling Rick, I just had lunch with her, the one I was having lunch with. And she's like, yeah, we're in a slump right now. I'm like, it always happens. It seems like there's like a 7-year itch, and then there's like a 23 to 25-year itch. But it's like if you keep it together and you have grandkids together, and it's like you guys get back together. You know what I mean? Like, I wish that would happen for my parents. My parents were married 30 years, and it would have been nice if they just stuck it together.
Well, if we have if you have a 25-year itch, I'll understand.
I'll be old. I think I'll be dead.
I'll be 85.
Yeah.
I think you'll still be around. You'll be a hot 70-year-old.
And
I'll be 85 in 25 years since we married.
I don't think there's going to be any. I think
no itching?
There's no itching. Only.
If you have an itch, I'll scratch it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. Only like dry itches. Dry patches.
Ew. So they ended the show with "To Be Continued." So we get to hear more about the Kyle Sutton face-off.
And you could see Dorit and Erika loving it. They were like,
Yeah. Finally, someone else is being put on the hot seat.
right.
Well, we appreciate you guys very much. Again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And if you haven't checked out the Rick and Kelly Show on Patreon, we highly recommend you do that. It's unfiltered, uncensored, commercial-free, and we say a lot of things there that we can't say here. Your Blue Mean is available. The link is in our description of the show.
Oh, it feels so good.
Yeah.
I love the way it feels.
Yeah.
It's a vibrator to your face.
Go vibrate your face at bluemean.com.
Who doesn't like that?
Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys.
Maybe Kyle should get one of these.